We're starting with some introductions. Hello, my name is Claire Stafford. I'm the Director of Finance and Performance at the Queen Victoria Hospital NHS Foundation Trust.
Hello, my name is Oliver Phillips. I'm Service Strategy Director at Brighton and Sussex University Hospitals.
Hello, I'm Joe Andrews. I'm a consultant anaesthetist and I'm Director of Patient Pathways at BSUH.
Hello, my name is Dr. Ian Francis. I'm a consultant radiologist and Director of Clinical Strategy for Queen Victoria NHS Foundation Trust. We're here today to tell you about our accountable clinical network, which will provide high-quality, sustainable, specialised services. Our approach delivers reach, reciprocity, and replicability, the 3 Rs, for both our patients and the NHS as a whole. I thought we'd start by giving you some background in relation to our organisation, but from each other's perspective. My perspective of Brighton and Sussex University Hospital Trust is that it is very much on a journey. It's a young tertiary referral, teaching hospital, major trauma centre that is growing quickly. Education is at its heart, having one of the newest but most highly regarded medical schools in the country. It is, however, hampered by some of the oldest estate in the NHS, from which it is being asked to deliver a plethora of specialist services necessary to care for the most complex polytrauma patient. It needs capacity and it needs to pull in expertise.
Thanks, Ian. So let me tell you about QVH from Brighton's perspective. QVH is undoubtedly one of the jewels in the country's tertiary crown. It has an international reputation for innovation and a history that has been in the forefront of people's minds over this year as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. It's a provider of specialist burns and plastic surgery, reconstructive surgery, both following major trauma and cancer. It sits about 20 miles north of Brighton, just about on the borders of Kent, Surrey and Sussex. And its geographical location is pivotal to allow it to have the reach it has to a population of 4.5 million across the southeast. And that's the first of those R's, that reach, and how we maintain that. How we maintain that geographical integrity and provide services to that 4.5 million people, also to the 1.6 million people that Brighton serves as a major trauma centre, and we continue to provide individualised care for each and every one of those patients. And that is about maintaining the geographical integrity of QVH within the region. The second R is reciprocity. Now, the relationship between our two organisations has not been thought up for the purposes of today. It's underpinned by shared clinical practice over a number of years and a shared academic and research interest. What we're seeking to do is to co-locate services to deliver best care for patients, not to centralise services for any other reason. That means a pull in both directions. So for us in Brighton, we require plastic surgical services to support our major trauma centre. There are things that we need to be able to provide to support burn surgery. But there is also an opportunity for us to, for example, deliver our head and neck cancer surgery in Queen Vic, where patients will get a better experience away from the hustle and general chaos of a complex emergency site. Now, the third R is about replicability. The problems that we face between our organisations and we face in Sussex are not unique by any stretch of the imagination. A number of us have tertiary specialist services within our organisations that other providers rely on. And this model, we hope, will be replicable across a number of your organisations.
So what will we actually do? Our clinicians, supported by patients and backed by our boards and commissioners, are driving the changes needed to find new solutions to the long-standing barriers of achieving integrated service delivery. We will deliver, as well as test, new ways of offering specialist hospital services through sharing clinical practice across both our organisations, but without complicated structural change. Our vision is innovative and ambitious, but focused on tangible solutions that will deliver bespoke care for each patient we serve. We have set ourselves key milestones. These are: spring 2016, we will have delivered improved head and neck oncology services, BSUH at QVH. Summer 2016, we will be able to meet the 24/7 standards for lower limb trauma at the major trauma centre, QVH at BSUH. Burns reconfiguration will be delivered in 2 phases. Autumn 2016, we plan to move paediatric burns to Brighton. QVH at BSUH. And autumn 2018, in line with the development of the Brighton site, we will move adult burns, again, QVH at BSUH. All these changes will result in consistent, high-quality service reconfiguration achieved by collaboration but without competition, resulting in 7-day services alongside a resilient, sustainable workforce model. Going forward, we intend to expand the use of this model to look at the other services we share: rehabilitation, breast, skin, eyes. We also would like to look how we could use this model with the other 8 acute sector partners that we have already within Surrey, Sussex and Kent. So I suppose a key question is, why trust us? Well, we have an excellent track record in patient engagement with one of the best friends and family tests within the NHS, currently standing at 99%. We also have a 7-year history of a dialogue with the population of Surrey, Sussex and Kent in relation to the development of the major trauma centre. But what do we need from you, from the centre? Well, we want space to develop and deliver. We need latitude to be ambitious and to break the rules. We need to explore different tariff and contract mechanisms to support the new models. We want the opportunity to work with and have the best minds in the room. We believe we have proposed a model of care that maintains and, when necessary, could extend reach, shows reciprocity that supports all partners, and will be widely replicable. There are 2 additional R's to leave you with. We believe our offer is grounded in reality and can be delivered rapidly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Any questions for the team from the Queen Victoria and BSUH? Down here, table number 3.
Thank you. I really enjoyed your presentation. It's Sarah Morgan from Guy's. You say it's without competition. One of the things that the CMA, Competitions and Markets Authority, do judge competition on is market share. So is that something that you may need some support with, particularly thinking about replicability? Actually, are there some thorny competition issues that your model might need to help us think about?
No, I'm sure that's absolutely right. I mean, part of the support that we need is besides developing the clinical governance model, but it's the financial model that we have to work to make this work. And again, it's something that we currently and have historically struggled with and need to have that going forward. And that, again, that's the vanguard approach will give us that ability, we believe.
Thank you. Hand over here, table number 8, please.
Just to follow up on that in terms of the financial model, I'm sure it's the same in your areas as everywhere else, that there's a big gap in terms of the funding for specialised services. In your modelling so far, are you sure that by what you're doing you're actually taking costs out of that, and are your specialised commissioners absolutely behind you?
I think one of the issues we definitely have is around a wide number of commissioners, and we'd like support to bring those together. I think one of the problems we have is that many local commissioners focus on the hospital within their patch and leave the specialised commissioning to NHS England, and we would look to have something that's different to that so we can bring everybody together. I think in terms of the financial model, I think we're clear that there are efficiencies that can be driven from a couple of things around co-location of services and reducing duplication. But also for us, it's about protecting income and the services for the patients in the south of England. I think if we aren't able to provide these services, the direction of travel would be north, increasing travel distance for patients, etc. as well. So for us, it's about reducing costs and retaining and growing our income.
Thank you. I can't see any further hands. Any final questions? There you are. Table number 23, please.
So that was a great presentation, but aren't you really just saying this is a way of solving a single site's specialist hospital's issues by putting them in a larger teaching hospital campus? And to do that, you don't need a vanguard, you just need to work together.
I don't think it's that at all. I think what we're talking about is making much more efficient and effective use of our collective estate and our collective expertise to deliver best care in the best place. one of the crucial issues for us is about how we, as the teaching hospital, help QVH continue to care for 4.5 million people. Whereas if we did what you've just described, which was the easy thing, let's bung it all in Brighton, leaving the kind of the practicalities of that aside, actually the population that would suffer is the population of East Kent, which for us is the most deprived part of the population that we serve. So in terms of maintaining access to services, it's absolutely crucial. But I also don't believe that this is a problem, as I said, that is unique to us at all. Actually, specialist services develop for a number of reasons, a lot of them through history, clinical interest, a range of other things that don't mean that they fit with the map that we have through national service specifications for major services such as burns, major trauma and others.
Thank you. Samantha?
Because it's the last question probably of the day. If you were a non-specialist provider, would you, just following on from what Daniel was saying, would you not think that the small pot of money that we have should be spread wider rather than specialist?
I think that would be easier to answer if we were a non-specialist trust. But I think there's a couple of things, just to just touch on the question over there as well. It isn't just about solving the issues of a small specialist hospital. Our partners here have other issues around capacity and being able to deliver the highest quality outcomes and the patient experience you would expect. So it isn't just one-way traffic, it's two ways. And I think there's a place in the NHS for small, viable hospitals, and we're here to fight for that cause.
Thank you very much. So can I have a big round of applause for the team from Queen Victoria, Brighton and Sussex Hospitals?